Hi everyone, a very happy Onam first of all. I'm all decked up, and today's video is all about a chit chat get ready with me, something I have never tried. So if you love this video, then like, share, and subscribe to my channel and let me know how my Onam look is. I'm actually going to be a part as a chief guest for the Onam event near my house. So let me know how my look is. And yeah, I will see you guys in the video. So grab your popcorn, your snacks. It's going to be quite a long video. And I will see you guys. I don't know if this is a controversial video, but I had to say it because I think it's very important that young girls realize what they're getting into. The call is from the organizer, and there was a huge scene there. Hi, so let's begin with our makeup. I think I have shot the intro before itself with the makeup on. That's what I'm going to do after this. So, yeah, we will just start with our makeup. I have gotten this new makeup organizer where I'm organizing all my makeup. So, yeah, that's something I have in hand. So, let's start with our makeup and jump into the very juicy story in my pageant life, which I think will surprise all of you, maybe, but maybe not for some people. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it. While I'm doing my makeup, I'll also explain whatever I'm applying on my skin. This is basically Vaseline just to keep my lips moisturized until I finish all my hair and makeup. I'll do my hair later on because I want to see what looks good. So I'm wearing a shirt so that it's easier for me to remove it even if I do my hair with this. So yes, my pageant journey basically, if you've watched all my videos, if you haven't watched my beauty pageant journey video, make sure you go check it out. It's given in the description box. I don't know if you can listen to the background noise. I'm so sorry if you can. I am wearing a mic, but yeah, I can already hear the music of the event. So yeah, just briefing you before why I'm getting ready. I'm basically going for an Onam event as a chief guest near my house. So that's exciting. Yeah, that's what's happening today. So we'll start with serum. This is the Garnier Bright Complete 30x Vitamin C Serum. So yeah, today, these days, I get so many messages from so many girls, even in the comment section of my videos, as to how do you find pageants, where do you get to know when the pageants are happening and stuff like that. So even I was very clueless as to when these pageants happen, who is organizing these things, how to get to know and everything. So even for me, it was social media that I was looking forward to. So in social media, I remember, I came across this one ad that said that there was a beauty pageant happening in a district that was closer to where I live. So I was like, okay, this is an exciting opportunity. I was looking for an opportunity to go do a pageant, and this was in 2019 December. So I basically then get the contact from the page. It was through, I think, a modeling page or something. So I get the contact from there, and then I start messaging them. And then they told me, the pageant starts in 2 days. So you have to come here. There is 2 days of process, like grooming process here. And then there is a registration fee of 2,500 or something, which you can pay once you come here. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. We'll do this. And then, my mom also agreed to come with me because it was a first pageant. We didn't know what to expect. So my mom was like, she'll come with me. I'm applying sunscreen. I'm applying the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunblock. This does have white cast, but somehow I like the sunscreen because it gives me a nice glow. So I like this. I basically, go for this pageant on the first day, and then they ask us to arrive at 10 a.m. And now, since the district is around 4 hours from where I live, I had to like take a train and stuff like that. So I had to take an early morning train. My mom, had to cook early in the morning, and then pack everything, and then we left. And then we were asked to come at 10 o'clock, and once I went there to that hall, nobody was there. And because we were all very like new to this, I didn't know what to expect. So I just went and asked someone. I think one girl came up, and then she was like, okay, we are also part of this pageant. So then I was like, okay, it is happening. This was a little weird for me because why are they not having anybody here at that point? I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Brow, tattoo brow polish or something. Now I haven't used this. I tried it yesterday at the store. I got this for a buy two get one free offer. So I'm just trying it today. I tried it at the store, but she told me not to take too much of product, or you'll have very very dramatic brows, which I'm a little scared of. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, I basically didn't know what to expect, and I think the organizers came in very, very late. I think they came in 2 to 3 hours late after a lot of contestants had started coming in, and that was a little annoying for me because I'm somebody who really values time a lot, and so I was like, why are they late? So I was a little, concerned about that. But yeah, okay, they came. And then once they came, they started collecting the amount from everybody. And this is when I think the suspicion basically starts. So I was told to give like 2,500 rupees, right? So along with me, other parents had also come. And my parent, my mom was there, and other moms were also there, so they were basically talking. And I got to know this later on during the day. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me matte poreless foundation in the shade 228. I got this yesterday. I'm applying very little foundation. I'm not going to apply too much because I don't want a lot of coverage today, so just very little. Over, that's a lot. That's when the suspicion basically starts. I don't get to know this until I am back in the train with my mom. So this is day one, and then they were starting to collect money from everyone, and I paid my money and I came back and I sat in my seat. And this is when they started making us do the choreography and everything. Now they had basically promised grooming for all the girls, and no sort of grooming or anything happened. They were just like making us walk, and they were just getting videos for them. They were just making us choreograph like the whole thing. I don't even remember what happened. And even for the food, it was very late. They didn't have veg food, so they had to order in separately. So they didn't have proper food or anything, and everything was so like late. And I was not very impressed by the way they organized it. It was clear that they were organizing it either for the first time, or they were not very well aware of how to organize an event, or they were just too bad at it. I don't know what was the case. So this happens, and I was like, okay, this is a little not that great for me, but okay, we will do whatever's given to us. And I was like, okay, whatever's there is there. I'll just focus on what's there now. And I was a young girl as well. I didn't have too much of this to think. So that passes, and my mom on the way back tells me, don't expect you're going to win this or something, because apparently they have gotten more money from some girls. So some girls' parents told them that, they asked 10,000 rupees from them, and they only asked 2,500 from me. And that was my first suspicion point. And I was like, why would they ask more money from only some girls? So are they getting money from them to make them win? And I was really upset, because it was my first pageant and I really wanted to win and all of that. And I was so naive into all of these things. So I just really, really wanted to win, and I was not sure what to think or what to feel about. And then I told my mom that that's so bad. Like, why are we even doing this? By the second day, I was really upset at the fact that why are they doing this? Like, this is not the way they should be conducting a pageant. And then I was like, okay, now we have already entered this space. Let's just continue doing this. Let's just finish this off and go. And even on the second day, I believe there was, events, or not events, like basically just stuff like this happening. And on the third day, they were providing us the hair and makeup and everything on the final day, and the food and everything. Everything was basically taken care of, but the organization still was not great. So in the morning, basically, we had this. Before that, I forgot a main event. That's what I'm supposed to say. So sorry. This is what happens when I'm asked to multitask and have to do like two things at once. This foundation is actually good. I like it. And I got this beauty blender also. I got this from Lulu. I am using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 40. I got this yesterday. Great concealer. I like the consistency. It's not really creasing a lot. It does crease, but I think that's also my under eyes. So yeah. Second day, I decided to stay at my native place, my dad's ancestral home, because that's more nearby to the venue where the event was happening. So I decided to stay there, and me and my mom decided to stay there. So I remember going to the temple because there was some event happening in the temple, and just praying to God, saying that, why did you bring me here if you just didn't want me to be a part of this? Because I almost was sure that this pageant was rigged because they were asking more money from certain girls. And so I go back home with a heavy heart, and I'm gonna go sleep, and I get a call. The call is from the organizer. And she's like, hey Shweta, so actually, you know what? We were thinking that we'll give you one of the titles. And I was like, okay, where is this conversation leading? And she was like, we just wanted to say that, because we've had some issues with the sponsors, there won't be any cash prize that we'll be giving you. But on stage, have you seen those really big cards that they give with the prize amount written? We will be providing all of that, but we won't be able to give you any cash or anything that's promised there, because we've had a few issues with our sponsors, so we really can't do anything. And I think as a person who is right now having done pageants, I should have just denied that and probably exposed them. But I feel like I just wanted the crown, and I was just a naive girl not knowing what to do and what was the best thing to do. So I just chose to say okay, because they were like, if you say no, we're going to call the next girl and we're going to ask her the same thing. So either you get the crown or you don't get anything, and you can go back home basically. And that was a little I was like, I've taken so much of effort. My mom has taken so much of effort to come here and do all of this. So might as well. I mean, they've called me, so probably they've seen some kind of potential in me. I don't know. Um so I remember then that if they had called me, I was happy after the call. Um, but as a person now, I also, like, I was not too naive as well, so I do understand that if they are basically telling me about this, they could also call a few other girls and tell them the same things, right? And I thought to myself, like, they might have called a few other girls saying the same thing as well, so how do I know that they called me and are telling me the truth? Tomorrow they could change the whole scenario and they could give someone else the crown. So I basically did not have any expectations. And in the morning, when I go for the pageant, we had the stage rehearsals happening. And once the stage rehearsals were going on, I saw this one girl going to them and was talking about, GPaying an amount or something like that. And in my head, I made it sure that, okay, they're basically asking money from girls. So I'm not going to win this. I'm not going to get anything. I'm just going to go back home. And I was just really upset about the whole thing. Then we went to get ready. Now everything was really poorly organized, so I personally felt like it was not a great, way that they organized the whole thing. They could have really made a good show out of this, but they chose to, I don't know, they chose to just make this a very very shit show. So basically, this was happening in between another event, so I don't think they had to pay for the stage or anything. And then we were getting ready, and I remember this one particular girl who had, I think, given money or something in the morning. I don't know, maybe she just paid her registration fees or something. She basically, the makeup artist was also part of the organizing committee. Like, she had her own beauty clinic, so her staff came and were doing makeup for us. So while that was going on, this one girl who was like paying money in the morning, she basically said something about not liking her bindi or something about her makeup. I don't clearly remember. And there was a huge scene there. The makeup artist, for some reason, got really offended that the girl did not like it. Like, and she was not even rude about saying it. I don't remember her being rude. And she made a huge scene there. And she was, somewhere trying to take her personal vengeance or something. I don't know. But that girl, despite her great performance, did not win that night. And that was surprising for me. So while on stage, we had like basically, I think, 2 or 3 rounds, and they did provide outfits for all of that. But the outfits, yeah, the outfits was another thing. Like, while getting ready for the finale is when we're getting a few of the outfits to try out and everything. And that's the first time we're seeing the outfits. So, it's not really possible to, I think that day we got to see the outfits or it got altered. I don't clearly remember. It's really long back. But that's when I really got to thinking that, this is something that they are basically, I don't know what, they are not a great organization. They're just basically trying to make a pageant out of this and just get money from girls or something. And probably they also got the sponsor money and they're not giving it to us. I think that's what basically happened. I remember getting ready and basically going for the pageant. I was really not expecting anything. The question answer happened and everything. So I made it to the round till the question answer and everything. And I won first runner up. So the same thing happened. They gave me all those things on stage, but as a young child, as someone who was so passionate and is still passionate, but at that point of time, I hadn't done any pageants. So as someone who was really passionate about pageantry and everything, it was like a huge moment for me. Like, it was more like a dream come true moment for me. So I basically was in cloud nine, and I did not basically think a lot about the aspects of them kind of like making money out of us or something like that. I never thought of it in any angle of that sort. I was just happy that I got a crown. And somewhere I felt like the other girls also knew something was wrong with the pageant, and there was, I think, a huge issue after that. I'm not sure. I think there was. But yeah, I was just grateful to have gotten something. And I, up to this day, believe it's because I really went to that temple and prayed, because I was almost in tears while praying there. I still remember. I was like, why would you make me come so far if you just didn't want to give me anything? And, not just me, I don't mind me working so hard or maybe like just traveling so much for that. But, even my mom had to do so many things. Like, if we had to catch a train at 7 a.m., she had to wake up at 4, get everything ready for my family here, and then travel with me. At the same time, she would also be tired by the end of the day, but she has to, again wake up early in the morning and do all of this. So, that really was hurting me. And I was like, why is this happening? I don't really like where this is going. But yeah, that basically happened. And once I started doing really good pageants is when I realized that that's not how pageants are supposed to work. Pageants are not supposed to like show some sort of favoritism or anything like that, where they call you the previous day and tell you that, hey, you're going to be one of the winners and things like that. It is not okay. And if an organization is doing that, I think you should see it as a red flag and basically reconsider your participation, or at least, if you're strong enough, expose them, because that's not okay in any way. This is the only part where I can't speak and do it simultaneously, but yeah. I think this just is a small story. You don't have to go to my social media and check any of it there. None of it is left behind. I have removed everything, so you won't find it on my social media. Because as someone who's really passionate about pageantry and who's done so many pageants, I don't think I should be promoting a pageant like that. Which is why I tell a lot of girls today that don't go for these local pageants. And when I say local pageants, I'm talking about pageants run by organizations who have nothing to do about pageants, run by modeling companies. Don't go for these shows. It's not worth it. And they won't basically give you anything out of it as well. You don't need a pageant experience like that if you're aiming at really good pageants in the future. And I will just tell you one thing, that in your life, if you are somebody who wants to go for these kind of events, just make sure that you are really doing a background check of these things. Now, these guys who are doing these kind of pageants, they absolutely might not have any sort of backing or understanding of pageants. Maybe the organizers themselves have done these local pageants, and that doesn't give you any sort of pageant experience to start with. So my whole point is, if you are somebody who really is passionate about beauty pageants, these are some red flags you should be looking out for while competing or applying for a pageant. Yeah, the first thing you should be looking for is, who is organizing this beauty pageant? Is it a modeling company? Is it a group of people? Is it a previous pageant winner? Who is organizing, and what authenticity do they have? Now, you might see great sponsors on board, and you might see great people on board, but that doesn't always guarantee that the pageant is going to be a good one. They might really lure you by showing you the judges who are going to come. Sometimes these are even scams. Secondly, focus on what kind of approach do they have towards you. Are they being professional? Are they really providing you something out of that experience? Or are they just trying to ask you money? Are they being very particular about that you should pay this money by this amount of time? How are they dealing with your questions? Like, when you ask questions, are they dealing with you with respect? Are they trying to just make money out of you and stuff like that? Thirdly, I would always say, if the pageant has a previous edition, always do your background check with the girls who have participated, not just the winners. Because who knows, the winners might have themselves given money or something like that. I'm not saying that all pageants are like that. Very few. Like, every pageant I did after that pageant has been really, really good. So, that is why I talk about all pageants, and I talk with so much of authenticity here about pageants. So, there are really good reputable pageants like Miss South India, Miss Queen of India, Miss Queen Kerala, all the Pegasus pageants, Impresario Miss Kerala, Vanita Miss Kerala. These are pageants who have some sort of legacy, so they know what they're doing. And I would always say this, that talk to the contestants as well. Ask them how their experience has been. Did they have good experience? Did they have a good experience with the organizers? How were they treated during the pageant? Were they given everything that they were promised about, and things like that? So always make sure that these things are taken care of. Most importantly, I feel like, trust your gut. If your gut says that something is wrong, don't do it. Just for the experience, it's not worth it. No pageant in today's time is going to give you everything in a platter. Even you have to give them back something. You also have to make sure that you are keeping your social media in check. You are doing the best that you can in order to promote yourself and the organization, if it's a genuine and a good organization. Don't worry, I don't have blush blindness. This blush basically blends in really well, and then settles and settles down. Yeah, so my whole point is, like, as girls, we know when something is a scam. We get a feeling about it, right? And sometimes it's okay to make mistakes. Sometimes it's okay to put yourself into these competitions. And I would say, do your research really, really well. Don't spend 60,000 and 70,000 and 1 lakh on pageants. Don't go into pageants that are just so huge on social media. Like, in a sense that I have seen pageant pages, not just based out of Kerala, but like North Indian pageants as well, where they have a really cool profile where they'll show you that these Miss India winners are going to come and judge. I don't even know if the Miss India winners know about this. So might as well look into the reputation. Are they really calling these people? And if yes, what kind of pageantry background do they have? Have they done enough research about this? Making sure that you really go in deep and dig and understand what it basically stands for is very, very important so that you don't fall in trouble later on. And see, girls, in this industry, there are so many young girls who want to get into modeling and stuff like that, which is why I also want to touch down upon certain modeling scams that have been going on, which I see, and I'm like ridiculously, I'm wondering, do these girls actually believe and do this? I have been part of fashion shows, which I'm not very proud of right now, where the girls and the boys who've come in as models have been asked money to walk. And this is primarily done even today in a lot of places in Kerala, in Kochi as well, where they ask you that you have to pay a certain amount of money to be able to walk. And these people do say that, that's how you enter modeling. You gotta pay first, only then they'll pay you. Don't ask for money when you do shoots. Now, you should be asking, now, why are you giving your service for free? Now, see, you should understand when to do a shoot as a collab and when to not. If you're just trying to get your portfolio pictures, you can very well do those shoots in collab. If you're just trying to get to work with certain really good teams and stuff and really good brands, you can work on collab. If it's a very different concept, you can very well do collabs. The biggest models, still work sometimes and collaborate with really good creators to create good content. It's not like it never happens. But understand that when you're a newbie, it's very easy to, fool you in this industry. And that's why I always tell girls that, please do your research. Don't just go and apply into any pageant that comes to your feed. Now, these are sponsored ads. And when you interact with them, this just keeps coming on your feed again and again. Don't take that as a sign. These are targeted ads, like one, video was talking about. So I just want to say that my first pageant was basically like a scam, and it was basically a scam that benefited me, I would say, in a way. What if I hadn't won? What if I didn't have any idea about this? Make sure that you know what you're getting into. Don't be so naive in this industry. Talk to people, talk to girls who have done pageants. If possible, ask them, is this genuine? And look at the genuinity of the whole thing. If there is a social media page for a pageant, look at the previous editions they've had. Search on YouTube, search on Google, understand who are their organizers, what is their profession, what are they doing, why are they doing this show. And even for fashion shows, just don't pay money and do it. Do it either for free if you want to, or just don't do it at all, or get paid for it. Don't do it while paying them. I think that's the most ridiculous thing that have been introduced in this industry, that you gotta pay them and they will give you work. Like, how does it even work? In any sort of company, you do the work and you're getting money. Now, how do you think these people are making money? They're getting money from you. They're taking money from the designers who are, showcasing their outfits, and they're basically making money and making you a fool out of it. And that's not fair. They're just basically using raw young talent and making them fools, and they're basically making money, which is not fair. So I would just say, don't fall for these things. Make sure that you know what you're doing, what you're getting into. We're all smart girls. Be the smart girl. This is 2025. Say no to the right thing. Say no to opportunities when they are asking to pay you. Ask them, why am I supposed to pay you? I'm the one working for you, right? And if not, just don't engage in conversations with these people. They will never change. They're just going to continue doing it. As long as people are refusing them to pay, and when people are, gonna pay them, they will basically continue for it. I don't know if this is a controversial video, but I had to say it because I think it's very important that young girls realize what they're getting into. It's not an easy industry to be in. There is so much of scrutiny already. Now, on top of that, there are these scammers there. And there are also pageants where I've heard that these people take money from you and then later on they just vanish with that money. And that's like, oh my God. First of all, why would you send money without knowing anything about that organization? Why would you just go and give money, and that are huge amounts of money, to someone you don't have any idea about? So that is something I really want to talk about in today's video. Now, I will do my hair as well. And I will also probably show you what I'm doing with my hair. I will drape my sari and I will show you my full look. So today I'm just basically going for an Onam event. I can already hear the music from where it's happening. So if I can show you snippets from there, I'll show you that as well. I don't know how much I'll be able to record, or I'll ask my parents to record something. So yeah, basically that's about that. Now let's do our hair. I think we have a lot of time. It's only 3 o'clock. My event starts at 5 or later than that. So I have a lot of time. So maybe I will just stop this for now.